Hey guys, welcome back. It's Brittany here. Today I thought we would do some energetic movements today. But to get started, we'll just need our mat and yourself. And whenever you're ready, we'll start in a supine shape with our feet planted to the mat and our knees touching each other. Please bring your hands to your lower abdomen. And as we get into practice today, relax your shoulder blades, relax your face, and bring your attention to the breath. Just slowing the breath down, becoming aware of your stomach lifting and lowering. Be still here. Inhale, slowly begin to move your hands onto your rib cage. Be aware of them spreading out, only to come back in with the exhale. Be present here. Inhale, bring your arms out straight in front of you or back behind your head. And begin to feel the movement in your collarbone. Every high and every low. Bring your attention on all three. Your rib cage, your lower abdomen, your collarbone, all working together. Inhale if your eyes are open, slowly blink them awake. And slowly come up onto your seat. And then slowly raising up into your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Our feet are hips width apart, or our big toes come to touch with a little bit of space in between your heels. Taking a big breath here. Exhale, bend at the knees and push your hips back to glide your fingertips on the floor, raising your hands above your head. Coming into chair pose. Exhale, fold forward, bring your hands to the mat with your knees still bent. If this feels comfortable for you. Maybe straighten them out just a little bit more with your knees still bent. Maybe come into a forward fold here, squeezing your inner thighs together. Maybe bringing opposite hands to your elbows and resting your head down. Exhale, bend up knees, slowly walk your hands out into your plank pose. Feet together, come up to your finger or your tippy toes, bend at the elbows, coming in chaturanga, untucking your toes, lifting your heart through to upward facing dog. Exhale, untucking your toes, pressing your hips up and back into a downward facing dog. Drawing your navel in. Inhale, come on to your tippy toes. Bring your right or your left foot up into the air. Exhale, bring that knee and plant that foot between your hands. Rotating your back heel down, maybe shortening your stance a little bit, and rotating up into a warrior two, or warrior one. Hands above your head, or maybe down at your heart. If this is uncomfortable for your knee, you are welcome to come into just a straight lunge. Breathing here, bending at that front knee, lengthening your spine, drawing the ribs down and together. Exhale, raise your hands up to the sky, then bring them down, boxing that foot in, stepping that foot back, coming into your plank, and then lowering into chaturanga, untucking your toes, upward facing dog, untucking, lifting your hips up and back. Inhale here. Exhale, raise that left leg up to the sky. Coming up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bend that knee, bring it to your chest, and then plant your left foot between your hands. Shorten your stance a little bit and rotate that back foot heel down, rising up into warrior one on this side, or your lunge. Finding your balance here. Your hands can be at your heart center, or up in the air they can be. Just be sure you bring those ribs down together. Exhale, bring your hands back down to the mat. Step your foot back. Coming into chaturanga, bending at the elbows, untucking your toes, lifting up into an upward facing dog. Exhale, coming into downward facing dog. And slowly walk your hands back, still bending your knees here. Coming into a half fold. Exhale, coming to your full fold. And then bending down, rising up into chair. And then coming in to your mountain pose. Bring your hands back down. Bend at your knees. Exhale, glide your fingertips on the mat to raise them above your head to chair. Exhale, bring your hands down to a forward fold here. Hugging your inner thighs. Exhale, bend at the knees, coming onto your fingertips. Exhale, walk your hands to the mat, out, and then coming into your chaturanga, bending at the elbows, untucking your toes, coming up to upward facing dog, raising your chest up through your arms. Exhale, untucking your toes, pressing back to a downward facing dog. Inhale, come up onto your feet, your tippy toes. Lift your right leg up. Bend that knee, plant that foot between your hands. And slowly come back up into your warrior one or your lunge. Exhale, fold down just a little bit, and then glide your feet up till you can lift it to your warrior three, Superman pose. It's okay if you lose your balance. Press down to the floor, feel the ground beneath you supporting you. Bend the flying foot, coming into your dancer pose. Good job. Exhale, slowly lower your hands to the mat. Bring that flying foot back behind you, coming down into your plank pose. Then your chaturanga, untucking your toes, lifting up through your downward facing dog, untucking your toes, pressing your hips up and back to a downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the left leg. Exhale, bring that knee to your chest, plant that left foot, shorten your stance, rotate that back heel down, coming into your warrior one, or of course your lunge. Maybe find your balance here. Exhale, bring your torso down to your thigh a little bit until you can fly off into that warrior 3 on your left side. You can bend at the standing foot to reach your back foot, coming into your dancer pose. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Step that flying foot back behind you. Bring that planted foot back behind you as well. Then coming to a chaturanga. Untucking your toes, upward facing dog. Untucking your toes, pressing down back to your downward facing dog. Taking a breath here. Inhale, walk your feet or your hands back, bending your knees here, coming to a half folded here. And then coming to a full fold. Bend up knees, slide your hands on the mat, coming into your chair pose. Then rising up, straightening your legs, lowering your hands to the side, into your mountain pose. Good job, guys. We're almost there. We have one more round and then we take a rest. Inhale, coming into your chair pose, bending up the knees, gliding your hands up to the mat, raising up to above your head. Make sure those hips are back and those inner thighs are together. Exhale, coming back to your hands on the mat with your knees still bent, coming into a half folded here. Then a full, complete fold. Exhale, bend at the knees, walk your hands out into a chaturanga. Bending at the elbows, untucking your toes, upward facing dog. Inhale, lifting up your hips and pressing them back to the mat. Inhale, lift that right leg up. And place it between your hands, dropping that back heel down, shortening your stance if need be, and rising up to your warrior 1. Exhale, bring your hands down and lift off into warrior 3 here. Squeezing your glutes. Coming into your dancer here, if you can. If you can't, that's okay. You can grab a wall. Exhale, lower that back foot down into a warrior 2. Exhale, drop that back hand down, and then bending to the side, reverse warrior. Exhale, windmill your way to the front, boxing your foot in, coming into your plank pose, dropping your to chaturanga, untucking your toes, upward facing dog. Untucking your toes, coming in, downward facing dog. Good job, you guys. We have one more side. Inhale, raise that left leg up. Exhale, bring that foot to the center of your hands. Drop that back heel down, warrior 1. finding your stance here. Exhale, coming forward, bring all your weight into that front foot, lifting off into warrior 3. Pointing the back toes if you wish. And then coming into your dancer. Exhale, warrior 3. And then slowly bend at the knee, coming into warrior 2. Exhale, drop that back hand down to your thigh. Then raise your front arm up and back to warrior 3, or reverse warrior. Inhale, coming into warrior 2. Dropping your hands down to the mat. And then putting that foot back into your plank pose. Bending at the elbows, tucking your toes, up dog. Inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale, press them back. Inhale, walk your feet or your hands back to the mat. Bending at the knees. Maybe straightening the full legs and folding down. Then bend at the knees, sweep your hands up into your chair. And then slowly come onto seated. Good job, you guys. We made that energizing sequence. We owned it. We killed it. Now we get to stretch just a little bit before you continue on with your day. Inhale, bring your left hand to your right knee and your right hand back behind you to twist. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, bring your right hand to your left knee and your left arm back behind you. Exhale, twist here. Inhale, come back to center. Exhaling here. Inhale, raise your arms up to the sky and fold down. As you exhale. If you can't reach your forehead to the mat, you're more than welcome to have your forearms instead. Take a couple energetic breaths here. Inhale, slowly come back up to seated. Straighten your legs out in front of you. Your toes are pointing at you. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, reach for your toes. Inhale, come back up to straighten. And then lower yourself onto your full resting Shavasana. Our palms are open to the sky. Feet are just chillaxing out to the side. Just relaxing every muscle here. Bring your hands to your heart. Feel that energy beating through your heart. You are welcome to stay in the Shavasana resting pose as long as you like. Thank you for practicing with me. I hope you guys will come back and always stay humbled and kind.